So one thing I see that a lot of bases miss when they're building stuff out is the actual flow of the base. If it doesn't have a good flow, then the congestion happens and everything breaks down. So I'm going to show you what I think a good flow of a base on the south base particularly would look like. So this guy is usually over here somewhere. But if I had a choice, I would probably put it somewhere here. But exactly where this guy's at doesn't really matter, as long as he's in here somewhere. But I'm going to put it there. Now next we're going to need to give the Barbies plenty of room to do their thing. So we'll put an arsenal there, and we'll slap another one right here. And you can put nets over that if you want. And then I think everybody needs a large vehicle depot. And you want it close to the exit here. So you want to get that backed up against that wall as close as you can. And then where you can get in and out of here. And then of course we want a small vehicle depot. We'll just slap that down right next to it there. So if you want a vehicle, bang. So if you're here, the first thing here, or that one right there. So we also want to make sure we got plenty of storage. Now, if you're in the game, this will be a little bit different, but in Game Master, you have a little bit more freedom where you put this stuff. Ideally, I'd like to put 3 here. If you can't, you can only put 2, you know, do whatever you got to do to make it work. But the center of this base is where I want a bunch of this storage at. And I'll show you why here in real shortly. See, like you may or may not be able to put this one down there. Put this on the other side here. Then we'll do a couple more right here. And then on the flip side of that. All right, so what we've created here is flow. So when you come in, you can drive, you pull in here, you got access to all this storage. You can come back around, get access to this storage, and then pull out. If you spawn anything, you spawn it here and pull out. Now we're also going to put a couple of fuel depots right over here. So when you come in and you get supplies, if you need fuel, you can go this way and pick up fuel and then head out. And if you don't need fuel, you can just come around and go that way. Okay. So now let's look at the helipads. First of all, we want the sign to be the closest thing to the shed over there. And then I want to make sure that this is 45 on this line right here. Okay. And then I'm going to take and put the very back of that right there where that's at. Now the rest of these I'm going to use exactly the same angle. Put this one roughly in the area where that's at. But we want the corner to be right there on the end. And then we want to do that again, but down here a little bit. So again, we want the top of that corner to be right on the edge there. Okay. We'll do that one more here. We want to make sure this is kind of spaced out pretty even. So we won't be snapping our rotors on this, and we won't be too close to that guy there. And then we'll want one more here. I find that the thing right there, if we put it just beyond the corner, so this way if the tail is sticking off this side or the tail is sticking off this side, they won't be hitting each other. Okay. So now we want to make those storage helipads. So we're going to do this. I want to stick this where this fuel is at on the other side here, because the tail, you can't really stick it on this side anyway. So this being there is not a big deal, and it's far enough away from this side that you shouldn't have any issues. And we'll give each one of these guys one of these. All right. So now you can see pretty much we got everything we need. We're going to go ahead and slap some vehicles down. Some helipads or helicopters. So now that we got these butted up all the way against here, you got your deal here where you can still get it right. But the helipads are kind of sticking over the edge. And I like it because all of this area right here is clear. There's nothing, like you can come in flying this way and land, and your tail can swing all the way around over here and nothing's in the way, right? So this one has stuff here. This one has stuff there. These two, because we put them on the edge, don't have anything there to get in the way. So when you're coming in from this angle and you land, your tail rotor's nice and clear. And you can see even when I put that nose all the way up here to the front, you see how much distance there is. Not only that, but it's higher, right? Now this one, you got to be careful. This goes over it. That's going to be fine. And of course this one will be fine too, because it's actually further away than the other ones. So now you got this guy here that's really clear. This one's the tightest one. This one's pretty good. So that'd probably be the one I use the least amount. But then you got these two guys here. We'll have these guys go the other way just for the heck of it. So now you see that even the biggest bird here, plenty of room for these guys to land. It's completely out of the way. And then for our trucks, we would just drive in here. Oh, you know what? I do want to do one other thing. Before I do the vehicle, where are you at? So let's get one more of these. I do like to tuck one of these inside of here. Some vehicles have fuel on one side and some have on the other side. So if your fuel is on your right side, then you'd want to come in, pull over out of the way, and fill up on fuel there. So you can see you got plenty of room to park there without being on the road. But you drive in here, go around. Now here, you could either turn right to fuel if your fuel's on the left side of the truck. So on the right side, you fill here, left side there. But if not, you would just bypass that, come around this way, and then back out of the base. If you got fuel, over here. You would go up, get your fuel, park off the road, continue down, make that turn, and then you'd have the cross traffic here to go out. So that cross traffic right there is the reason you would rather go around this way and that way. So you never have to stop if you do this way. Okay. So of course now we can see the full layout, and we would come in here, go around this way, pick up our supplies here, and then head back out without ever having to stop other than to pick them up. And if we need fuel, we'd come down here, take it right, pick up the fuel, and then come back, only having to cross traffic one time. If you don't have to pick up fuel, then you don't have to cross traffic. Bang. All the ground is here. All the air is over here. And then all the people coming in, getting their kits and stuff are over here out of the way where they won't get run over or anything. The vehicle depots are right here. So you spawn straight out. You don't have to try to navigate anything to get in and out to the vehicle depot, or if you're coming in to refill armor, right there. Well, let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.